Gorse.
Thank you.
All right.
So we're live. I need to start the episode yet, but we are live.
Alive.
Dan, can you handle all socials today?
Yes.
I can tweet on. So my phone's logged out. I go get that right now. For some reason, it logged me out after I tweeted. I don't know why. I'll have to look into that tomorrow. I can tweet on the speak please now.
Read this whole fucking thing. Jesus. CV cover.
Yeah. Hopefully, if we turn the microphone volume up, we can just leave it right there the entire time.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, I mean, if I talk loud enough, I'm fine.
It automatically adjusts too. So like if I go here, like it'll adjust the volume. So it should be good. Dan, you can hear us really like normally, yeah?
Correct.
Adjust too. So like
All right. Twitter's up.
It's forgiving green surface.
Man, I'm pumped. All right, let's go to Instagram.
Jaylen Brown from the Celtics was
Say cheese.
Oh, sweet. I just remembered that Upsun said he had no clue which pins are going to be easy. We'll freaking know that because we have this.
does it show you the pins too?
No, but like he's like, I have no clue what's easy and what's hard. We'll have no issue.
We will have no issue. That's well said.
All right, so one should be pretty easy. I guess in theory is a bit of a backstop.
For people joining the live, we'll go in a second. We're just getting this out on social media, and then we'll be good to go.
Two will be tricky. Par five. No.
All right. Instagram is up.
Thank you, Dan.
Twitter is up. Beer is in hand.
Oh, Dan's got one too.
Cheers.
Commence.
You want this one?
Who, me?
This
Yeah. No,
We
you're
have
not.
we have like 10 in there.
is game number 0. On the
I was
tee,
kind of hoping they'd give us a nice
the Go Get That podcast.
I was hoping they'd give us a nice like this is game number 35 today, but they did not.
Yeah, that's so chills.
Well, maybe it was Speed's fault for being 7 minutes late to his tee time.
That's pathetic.
The starter was visibly pissed.
Yeah.
He marched down the tunnel looking for him. He's like, "Where is this guy?" Hilarious.
Rightfully so. He was, I mean, the range was a lot different than the play that we saw on the course. I shouldn't see that. The 3-iron was just a struggle.
This is game number 1.
Well,
On the tee from Ireland, Padraig
I don't know if
Harrington.
it was a 3-iron, but it was a 3-iron, 4-iron, or 5-iron on 7. That was pretty chills.
I don't think it was a 3. Yeah.
But regardless, it really shouldn't be that different a swing from a 3 to a 4-iron.
Yeah.
You would think.
Well said.
Seemed like Mr. Wood 3 was off.
Yeah,
Two
what
good starts. Thanks for Mickelson, Van Tonder, and Ryan Peak.
We
Disrespectful,
talked
man.
about that. That's as disrespectful as it gets.
Jordan Smith, Hao Tong Lee, and Dustin Johnson as well.
Edge. Dan, well, I guess everyone. Are we live yet?
Yeah, we're live.
We're live. Dan, look at this. They're selling the official yardage books.
Yeah, we
That's
can see
chills.
like the official like this is the exact yards book the players get too.
So you've got what's in Greller's back pocket, and
Pretty
you're
much,
Correct.
yeah.
We know exactly where to deflect the foul balls.
Now it's just figuring out
yes.
freaking how to read this damn thing.
Mr.
This
Slaver Diego is passed out to sleep, snoring on the couch.
Could be a guest appearance.
Could be.
this
Really will
is
depend
game
on whether
45.
really will depend on whether he wakes up. It's very fair. It's been a long 2 days for our camps.
On the tee from Sweden, Ludwig Albert.
You're rooting against. Sorry.
It doesn't get much better than this town, man.
Yeah, no, that's pretty
Like, if I had to guess, I'd put a large wager on the fact that any other open spot doesn't have like a, not nightlife, but just like a, like town life.
community
Yeah,
feel.
community feel like this one. Like, it's literally just a peninsula where you go and it's just a street of stores, bars, restaurants, ice cream places, pizza shops, like at literally everything in one like peninsula outland into the ocean.
Yeah, we were in a pub earlier. Should we? When do we start? When we start? Yeah, 10 seconds.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I was gonna say something. I don't know if I should wait till we start or.
Yeah, yeah, we'll wait. We'll start in a second. Can you record, Dan?
Yeah. This
Mr. Slaver has a king next to his
What's that mean? Is he like a
Number
fan
one.
favorite? Or...
top fan. Top
It's a
fan.
great photo. Is all.
Xander Legion right there, along with Nacho Truant.
Where's Jim
Chills.
Quick? Haven't seen Jim in a while.
Yes, Jim. Yes, but we'll get good to go.
Yeah, you guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right.
Vibes.
Bob, you start, or one of you guys start
I'll
this
start.
one? Sounds good. Ready to rumble? Let's do it. Oh, oh,
True.
permissions.
All good.
All right.
Good morning from Royal Portrush, as we are approximately 7 hours away from first game in the beautiful town of Portrush, UK, here in Northern Ireland. It is a pleasure to be out here. We've been here for about 36 hours, give or take, a little less than that. But so we've been to the course, we've been to the town. It's a beautiful place, truly. It's one of the better experiences I've ever had, and we're only a few days into it. So have a lot to talk about today. We have speed to talk about. We have golf to talk about. We have golf course to talk about. I'm sure we'll talk about the town as well, as it's pretty epic here. But a lot of people are out here. A lot of Americans made the trip. I assume that's probably similar to a lot of opens, but the locals at the event has some pretty cool stories as well. So awesome golf course. Excited to talk about it as it's nearing 12:30 here in the UK. It's been a long day for us, but we're still getting adjusted to the time zone, so it's not that bad. But
Yeah,
Yeah, well
that's
stated.
awesome.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here with you, Dan, recording this at a beautiful 12:22 a.m. in Portrush. 7:12 there for you. Yeah, just awesome. Second open for myself. It's the best tournament in the world. It's just awesome being over here. The weather is just so different. Being with the locals is just so fun. And, even comparing to this one to Liverpool, I've been telling Bob all trip long. This one's just, it's so cool being in the small little town. I mean, as I was waiting for Bob to press the live button, I mean, we were at the pub for dinner tonight, and Rex Hoggard and Ryan Lavner of the Golf Channel are sitting the table over to us, and they're walking out. I'm asking them who they like this week, and both of them said Rom. So we got that out of them.
Two very different takes on Spieth.
Yes, two very different takes on Spieth as
Yes.
well from each of them, which I guess we'll get into. But it's just so cool. We saw Johnson Wagner last night getting some beer at a local liquor store. It's just
Yeah,
every
you walked out of a liquor store with like 3 cases of Guinness.
yeah. We saw Joe Scoverin caddy
Yeah,
for Ludwig,
yeah.
Cam Smith's caddy walking to dinner last night. It's so cool being in the small little town. Everyone's in the small vicinity and people are happy, having a good time.
It really is, yeah.
And
I mean,
just happy to share it with Bob. Bob's first open.
yeah, I mean, if you're two things I'll touch on in regards to that, I think that one, it's unbelievable being literally enclosed with either locals or people going to the golf tournament. No one's visiting here to do anything but go to the golf
Yeah.
tournament. You're either from here or you're going to the golf tournament. It's really cool that people here are only staying in 2 places. They're staying either here in Portrush or in Port Stewart, about 10 minutes away. So if you're of the crew that's staying here and you're going to go out to dinner, you're going to go out to dinner in the same place as all of the fans that are here to watch you as well. So as he said, Hogard and Lavner were at the pub getting dinner where we ate tonight. Seeing a few people on the streets, and I'm sure that will just continue. Jordan did say he overheard someone say that a lot of people are staying in Port Stewart, which is the other place 10 minutes away. So might not see a lot of players, but I think we'll see a lot of caddies,
Media
a lot
people.
of media people. You'd have to assume that a lot of the Golf Channel people probably get put up in the same place. So I'd assume that a lot of the Golf Channel people are in this town. It's just really cool. It's literally 3 streets on a peninsula that has literally everything you want to offer here. So you're bound to run into people, which I think is really cool. It's not like America in any way. I'd say I think that
There's no Uber here.
no Uber. Yes, it's just a taxi driver who looks like he's well deep into cocaine. And, but I think that
Talking from experience.
yes, yes. Um, I I have nothing poor to say about it, really. I think that this being my first, this isn't only my first Open, it's my first time in Europe. Um, First time um, out of the mainland North America slash islands. So I think that it's just a different lifestyle here. Like I was in Canada last week and it was very Americanized. Here, it's just a different lifestyle over here. So I think that's really cool. And the golf course is just the same. So much different than anything I've ever seen. And I think we were telling my roommate who's here with us earlier, because this is his first golf event besides like the Waste Management, where he would just go with buddies and have fun. He wasn't really there to watch the golf. That the bar is kind of set pretty high. It only goes down from here. Um, I really can't imagine that any other open venue is quite like this. So, um, setting the standards right away for my first open, and it should be a fun week.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear more about it kind of as the week goes on. Did you guys get out Tuesday? I believe so, correct? You guys made it out to the
I was
golf
at the course
course.
Tuesday.
He was at the course
Okay.
Tuesday. It was a visit to the bed sheets for myself. Right to bed.
Yes, fair enough.
Um,
The travel, the jet lag. How does because you mentioned the town and it's like what, 3 streets on a peninsula or whatever. Is the course just like not the main attraction, but is that the sort of how does it fit into Portrush? I guess is kind of my
so
question.
yeah, it's a good question because honestly, I think that I said this. We were walking on 11 fairway today, and I was like to Jordan, we were discussing how expensive we thought Portrush would be to play on a regular Tuesday. And I said something wildly different than him, and I'm like, well, I feel like they probably charge a lot because the only like it's kind of their claim to fame here, right? Like it's like why people would go to Portrush, and that's kind of how it feels. there's definitely people that live here like on a regular basis and can make it feel like a home. I don't think it feels touristy, even though this week it does. Like you can kind of separate the two. Yeah, there's a lot of tourists because they're here for the golf tournament, but you can feel how it would be just your local town if you lived over here. But between here and Port Stewart, there's here, Port Stewart, Castle Rock, like just three really unbelievable golf courses in the area here in Northern Ireland. So I'd say it does definitely get a feel of a golf town, but there's also really cool beaches, a really cool coast. So I'd say it definitely fits in. It's definitely the main attraction. It's what probably the town is built around. But I there's certainly more to do than just go watch a golf tournament.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's what
cool.
I'd say.
Because you see the images online or on the coverage, and it kind of it cuts to it, and it's on the coast, and it kind of hugs the town off to the, I guess, the south in this case. But speaking of the course, you're out there today. Uh, how's it playing? Firm and fast? Is it maybe a
Berman's
little bit
slow.
softer, firm and slow? Okay. Fast for an open or slow for an open,
I
or
mean,
just
I
relatively
think
slow?
the greens are as slow as I've seen. But I've also been told that even though Tour said they were running under an 11, so I assume they probably
Okay.
meant like a 10 and a half. I'd say they're definitely closer to 9.5 than 10 and a half. They're slow but true. A lot of people say that these are the best greens on the Open Rota, um, in terms of rolling end over end. So I think that's interesting because they are you'll see a lot of bumps on the greens from like 40 feet, but from like 10 feet, you don't really see like putts bumping, even though
Yeah.
they're slow. Um, but you definitely see how, like, you can tell that they're slower than anything you've seen. I feel like the grass is like soft on the top, but firm underneath. That's kind of what I've gathered because there's a lot of practice greens out there that we walk on. Um, and obviously they aren't manicured like the ones on the course, but it's just kind of feels like that's the way the terrain works. But get Diego snoring over there, but not that the mic will pick that up anyways. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's my take. I don't know what you think, Jordan, but there's definitely a sound that's made when you hit a ball onto the green. Like there is a firmness
Yeah.
from the bounce, but once it gets rolling, it's pretty slow.
Yeah. I guess to just add to that, like, has it changed your perspective on who you think might play well this week? Or was this kind of what you were thinking Portrush would look like?
Really.
No, I think that who I thought was going to play well this week ranged pretty well. Um, I could see Scott Scheffler winning, and I could see Davis Riley winning. That was the name I threw out earlier. Like I could see a very random winner this week, depending on how the weather plays out.
Yeah, it's fair.
But
I hope the wind picks up. I know it's supposed to be tomorrow's probably the most difficult day in terms of the wind, but obviously things can turn on a dime. But yeah, Jordan, you get some takes on the course and the layout and the perspective of fans, maybe even too.
Yeah, I mean, hilly. I think knew that coming in, just getting like the drone shots, the 18 hole preview. It's hilly, but it's not unbearable. I think just because it's not hot. I think when you're walking hills and it's hot, you feel those hills more in your legs, but it's cool. The weather's great here. Fan perspective is awesome. I think if you're a fan out there this week, I'm sure it'll be, I guess, maybe one of your featured holes. The seventh hole is just a phenomenal
oh
spot for fans. I mean, it helps when Jordan makes eagle at 7 today and, ropes a long iron to 20, 25 feet and cans the putt, but you can really see the ball flight on 7. Um,
yeah,
yeah, kind of agree with Bob. It's kind of been a while since we've got really a fast and firm open, I feel. You think of the burnt out Carnoustie in the first hole there where Jordan drove the green on a 400-yard par 4 there in 18. We're not going to get that this week. I think today, I mean, we're really enjoying it out there because we know there's some rain to come. Um, I think tomorrow it might be decent for part of the day, but
Yeah,
I
I
can
mean,
just look at the Apple, weather app and you see the rain emoji the rest of the tournament. So
yeah, before we get into speed, I will say, touching on what he said, I don't think I've ever watched a golf tournament in better conditions than today. I mean, it was 65 degrees with a great breeze, no rain in sight, no clouds in sight. Sun was beaten down, but it was 65 degrees. So I today was immaculate. Um, in terms of the seventh hole, I'd put five, six, seven up there with any three-hole stretch in the world. Um, just an incredible three holes there. That par four, par three, and par five. Five and six, that five green into 6T, that view is ridiculous. And the pictures that I posted online didn't even do him justice. I mean, it was breathtaking, truly. Some of the views from the golf course on the coast, because it's really just it's insane how like normal that is here. Like the coast is so close to a lot of things. A lot of the major cities in the UK islands or in Ireland are right on the coast. But it was unbelievable to see from our point of view. Um, in terms of Spieth, he talked about how he roped in a long iron and made eagle on seven. It was immaculate play today. It was unbelievable play from Mr. Speed today to the
Oh my
point where
goodness.
it's almost like he wanted to tease us.
Don't do that to me.
Um, it was it was a at worst 6 under 9 holes that I watched today.
6 under.
It was probably closer to seven.
Come on.
Yeah.
That can't be real.
He picked up two like 12 footers.
over two.
For
So
birdie?
if he makes one of those, it's probably seven. And he missed a
That's
12 footer
absurd.
on the par three. He only hit one bad shot and he got it up and down on four.
Wasn't even that bad of a shot.
No, he just took the false
Well,
run off the green.
he hit so on six with his first ball, he hit a pretty crappy wedge in there. Remember that 30, they hit it like 30 feet or so.
Six,
Five, 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 five.
five. Yeah.
Five. So he had a like crappy wedge there. Yeah, but Bob's right. And the only fairway he really missed was one. And I mean,
And he put it to 3 feet from
yeah,
the fescue. And granted, he was 5 feet from out of bounds,
yeah.
but it was a
But
horrendous swing.
yeah, speaking of course, Dan, it's interesting. I assume TV and Golf Channel haven't really talked about this a whole lot, and probably interesting for the people watching. There's really not like any gorse that's in play that we know.
No.
All there are gorse bushes on the course,
Oh,
but
there's plenty. It's just not.
like none of them are like in play. So if
Yeah.
you're looking out for that this
Yeah.
week, wouldn't expect a whole lot.
Most of the gorse is around the green to the point where you'd have to hit like a wild wedge to put it in.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing off the tee. So
Okay.
all of the gorse, even though it may look closer than it really is, it's just because no one's gonna hit a wedge 40 yards offline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have tuned into the Major Cut series on Grant Horvat's channel, but it didn't seem like there was a ton of trouble off the tee, right? It's more just about getting it into a position where you can attack because the rough isn't uh, um it's not like penal, but it's not going to allow you to be overly aggressive, I think, with especially with how firm it is, right? So um certainly hitting fairways is a premium. And I know Xander Schauffele Legion's there, and I saw his comment on YouTube. Like the range, I'm talking about this absurdly great front nine, but I know the range session was um pretty poor from what I saw or what you guys were saying earlier. So it was nice. It's nice to hear that the on course play went well. Um and
I mean,
getting me excited, man, because it reminds me of when we were at Pinehurst together. He was flushing it on Wednesday. Obviously didn't make a putt that week, but it did translate.
I will say grain
So
of salt must be taken. Um, there's no bogeys on Wednesdays.
There wasn't going to be a bogey anyway.
And there wasn't going to be a bogey anyway, but there's definitely a 30-footer today that he parred that he could have three putt in tournament play, and I guarantee that eagle putt doesn't go in tournament play because he didn't even read the putt. He just went up and hit it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's
but regardless, it was just nice because you know when I watch him on Wednesdays, usually it's really poor, and then he goes and
Yeah.
plays well. Like that's a lot more common. Like I really never see him play well on Wednesdays. Um, So whether that's a good or a bad thing, it's nice to see that he's at the very least saw shots go through the hoop today,
yeah.
which could at the
Yeah,
very
no,
least lead to
exactly.
confidence tomorrow. Um, he was yapping a
He,
bit for sure today.
Okay.
He was like
Well,
questioning a lot of things, but I mean, it was mesmerizing, honestly, to watch him play some of the shots around the greens today. Like he just dropped balls and two hop skip them off ridges that you probably can't even tell are there on TV that just trickle to like 2, 3 feet and he'll drop like a ball in the first cut, like 10 feet below the green and putt it from the first cut and putt it to 4 feet. And it's just like, wow. So
yeah,
it
that's
was
good.
really cool to watch him play those 9 or 10 holes today since he skipped around like an absolute buffoon. But
Yeah. And he was by himself as well, right?
yeah, he was by himself. He played 7 holes, hit his tee ball and eight right down the middle, made a cart go get it for him, walked to the 15th green to talk to Wyndham Clark, I assume about the banning from Oakmont.
Yeah,
That's
that's
and then he played 16 and I think he hit the flag on 16, almost aced it and ran out to 12, 10, 12 feet and made it. So,
bruh.
um,
16's like 230 too.
yeah.
yep.
Come on, man.
And
I
then he hit a shot to like 10 feet on 17 and picked it up,
oh
which I would have liked to see that
goodness.
go in, but
Dude, you're getting me too excited, man. How does the swing look any different?
No.
I couldn't even tell.
Is there pre-shot?
No.
There was
There was?
there was on a few shots. There was on one tee. Um, I'm trying to think. I don't remember exactly what shots, but I remember thinking to myself, "Oh, pre-shot's back" a few times. But over the course of the round, I realized that it wasn't there most of it.
Yeah. It's too bad he's not featured.
Yes,
But
we'll be relying on our coverage.
yes, right. Tune in
I'm
to the
sure the RNA would let us film it and post it. Way more welcoming to fans over here.
Yeah. I so given what you saw today, and I guess Jordan, you saw a little bit on Tuesday, right? I don't know if you saw him play, but you saw some
Saw range work Tuesday.
range. Like how where are we feeling? Because obviously hasn't played a full competitive round since the US Open. And it's been a month. He's added another child. Like there's a lot that's gone on.
First podcast
It's
since
the post
Sullivan.
Sully.
Those-
Yes. Sully Spieth. I I mean, I guess just kind of get into like some expectations or like how did it make you feel? Because the way you're describing it to me sounds like, oh, this guy could win the title, could win the jug. But you're
Yeah.
saying it with very little emotion on your faces, and I'm not sure
No.
if that's
Before he
fatigue or if
goes, I'll
it's
give my
like
take. I
grain of
think
salt.
that, and this will be short, I think I would feel too excited if he hadn't had a 5 week layoff.
Okay.
Like it's just really tough to think of someone going 5 weeks off and winning the Open.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he finished what T21 last year, and his wrist was barely even connected to the rest of his hand.
Yeah.
So
That's well put. I got two things, Dan.
we're in a better spot than last year going into the Open.
Oh, yeah.
So there's that.
And he farted out
Yeah,
T
exactly.
20 something a tune. Two things. Rain session today probably was worse than yesterday's. But one thing I found interesting about today, at the range at least, the 3 iron was a mess. He hit like 23 irons. Wasn't good. But he had a couple iron swings where he hit the ball, seemed a little dejected, went to talk to Cam, and I'm like watching the flight of him. And it's like, okay, maybe he's not trying to do that, but it was like just a fade that faded maybe a smidge too far, and maybe he's trying to draw it. He looked like a guy that was chasing perfection. I mean, for the most part, besides the 3-iron, the range was good. I mean, 3-iron, it was
Okay.
ugly. I mean, ugly, ugly, ugly. But yeah, confidence is high. I'll give you the opinion of three people. I'll give you my opinion, I'll give you Rex Hoggards, and I'll give you Ryan Lavner's because we had a little discussion of them. I'll start with the boring one, which is me. I feel good. I mean, his results here speak for itself. I just want a tee time on Sunday with a chance to win like final five tee times would be really freaking sick. I mean, he's what, T25 here in his last seven tries? Like,
T28 is his worst
yeah.
finish since 2014.
Yeah, so I mean, at the minimum, it should be a good week. It's just working our way into a late Sunday tee time. That's the
Which is a big ass, big ass.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. So that's my opinion. Feel good. I love what I saw today. I mean, he freaking ironed it like a stallion.
He really did. He truly did.
Yeah,
Oh my
I said at
God.
Oakmont, um, and here as well. So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot to be excited about. Driver was good. He missed one fairway on one and right, and we clearly saw that you'll get some playable eyes from that fescue based on what he had at one. Now to the other two opinions, Mr. Lavender. Who you want first?
And they were very nice, by the way. Like
Yeah.
they actually, it wasn't like he was like, "Hey Rex," and it wasn't like, "Oh, what's up, man? Walk away." Like
Yeah, they were super
they
cool.
were fine to indulge in a 30-second
And we
conversation.
got a cool story about one of them,
Yeah.
how they treated me.
So-
Who do you want first, Dan, Lavner or Hoggard?
So I'm gonna guess
All right.
that Hoggard was the pessimistic one.
You would be correct. Hoggard,
Okay.
he didn't like write, well, he said little to no chance of a win, I think were his words.
Well,
Okay.
his words were, "Don't bet speed."
Yeah. Said don't bet
Okay.
Steve, and he's the one who I had the funny interaction with. I believe if he's definitely not watching, but if he is watching or if he sees us someday, I believe he was with his wife.
We think they were sitting next to each other.
Yeah, he was with a female. She, I asked him, he's coming over. They're leaving. Lavner's just chilling with another guy who we don't know who it was, but he's chilling. She sees me. I'm eating a chicken sandwich. I got a little crap on my face. She picks up a napkin, starts blotting my face, cleaning my
Holy
face. Got a little
shit.
crap on my face.
For
That's
a
a little bit
crazy.
longer than I kind of
Yes,
expected.
it was a while.
It was a good 10 seconds of wiping his face.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right.
She was enjoying it a little bit too much.
Yeah,
but
there was a little bit of a Guinness at her table that I don't think she finished, and maybe that was why. Because who knows?
it was great though. It was-
Rex was awesome, just great. It's cool to see. I don't know if the Golf Channel folks are like cool to see Americans over as well. Because I mean, they could tell we were definitely American.
Oh yeah.
Maybe because of the lack of the accent. But Lavner was a little bit optimistic, sporting a Georgia Bulldog hoodie. Um, he was cool. He said he talked to Jordan yesterday, a little inside access, and his words were that Jordan said he was
Feels
feeling
good.
it, feeling it.
Oh.
Yeah, those were.
Oh.
I'm 99% sure that's what he said. I wrote it down.
No, that was exactly what he said.
He was
was
feeling
right
it.
there. Yeah.
New kid.
Oh.
I mean, he was kind of like bringing up the conversation after I said that we were Jordan fans, but he said new baby, kind of what we've been saying. Said he talked to him, said he was feeling it. Told him he was 5 under through 9 today, approximately 5, 6, 4, whatever it was. Very good. And he didn't seem like shocked. He sounded like a guy who thought Jordan could, contend this week.
Oh.
But yeah, those are the three kind of takes we get. It's just so cool that I mean, we're seeing people on a nightly basis who have something to do with the tournament or who we know from, home watching golf all the time.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I bet that when they come over here, they kind of feel like they probably don't get many of that, right? And we can get into Golf Channel versus
Yeah,
Sky
let's
in
go
a
there,
second. But like they don't watch Golf Channel, so they don't know who he is unless they follow him on Twitter. And I bet that if someone knows them in a golf term in the States, they probably don't think too much about it. But here, I bet that they definitely notice and probably are willing to give a little more because they know they won't have to deal with those interactions all the time. And I think that we've probably watched offhand, like in the background, probably 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours of Sky coverage at numerous different places that we've just been at. And I don't think I've yet to see a commercial. To be
That's
honest.
chilling.
They're doing segments with Nick Faldo on a
That's
turf
also
putting
chilling.
green next to the range with fans right behind them.
We had
They're
players coming over to said range
they
to do
they
stuff.
had play they had Xander come over and do a shot shape challenge. I mean, it is almost unfathomable that this is the coverage that all these players get every year at this championship. I mean, all these locals get at this championship here in Europe.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
heard that it's better. I've heard the coverage is better from everyone who lives over here, but seeing it in person without, I don't even think I've listened to it with the volume on yet, and I'm in shock
yeah,
at how good it
it's
is.
incredible.
They had live coverage of range work last night at 9:45 while we were out getting food and drinks at this like garden, and it was on 9:45. It doesn't get dark here until like 11, legitimately.
Yeah.
It was
Like
11 o'clock.
it was 11 o'clock and we could see blue in the sky
Yeah.
today. And they were showing extensive live coverage from like the 4 or 5 people that were left on the range at that time. It's unbelievable, truly, what Sky Sports does over here. Um, so yeah,
Did I? That's awesome. I still can't believe. I mean, I can believe it, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around the "I'm feeling it" quote. Um,
well,
because it's sending some tingles,
it is.
sending some chills.
Well, it's one of those things when you talk to someone like with that much knowledge. We were at the US Open and I was with Phil Tracker there and and he was talking to Phil's coach on the back nine on Friday when he was like 4
Sick.
back of the lead and his coach
And
said to him, Phil can fucking win this thing. And you could just see the chill that was sent down the spine. It's just like one of those things when you hear someone talk that knows so much, it's not even knows so much. And don't get me wrong, and this is not like
We have
me.
insider knowledge.
This is not me saying like we're better than anyone else, but we don't have the insider knowledge, but we watch so much golf that I do believe that we know more than most people about Jordan Spieth, just because we watch basically all of his rounds.
yeah.
So to have someone who watches just as much golf and watches and knows things that we don't say something like that, it's hard not to mean something.
Well,
So
and I think to that point too, like, I mean, not that Spieth's gonna say, I don't feel great, but usually he's a little more elaborate in his comments. And if, obviously it's through Lavner, but if his direct words were, "I'm feeling it," that's a lot more concise than it normally is. And I think it's easy to get wrapped up in a lot of the things that happen on course and kind of forget that, like, all of these dudes are, for the most part, all these dudes are dogs deep down. Like there's this like level of grind and competitiveness that you have to get out on this level. And some of these dudes are alpha dogs in a lot of way. Like the results have not suggested Spieth is an alpha dog for the past 7, 8 years,
what was
but
that?
it doesn't mean that thing can't bark a little bit still. And it's
It's a great quote. It's a great
I
quote.
mean
The hounds are
man,
out. I mean,
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing some barking this week. That's really cool though.
The thing that's or can
And then
finish
to back
first.
it up, to like to have, it's not like he went out and was kind of mucking it around on the holes that you watched him play today. Like he was a proper 4, 5, 6 under.
Like, let's
And then
also keep in
say, "I'm
mind,
feeling
like
it." Like that.
Lavender watched none of Spieth's round today, so he
Right.
said
Well, and
that without
it's a
even
quote
knowing what he
straight
did
from
on the course.
Spieth, right? I think too the family's not here. Like think it's
Yeah, I
kind
don't
of
know if any of them are here. I mean, we haven't
I
seen
think
any.
it's
Maybe they
just
come out tomorrow,
it's
but
let the alpha
His
dog,
dad's at almost every tournament. I bet his dad will be out here this week. Maybe
but
mom, but Annie can't
maybe.
fly, right?
I mean, like, yeah, let's
she's
go let
not.
the
She's not the
dog
new Cat
bark,
Vidal.
Yeah.
you know?
Um,
Um, which is sick. And I love that. And I think it's cool that there's some because part of I texted Jordan earlier this week and I said, man, it just kind of feels like a T27 because when he went back to back Travelers Open in 2017, like he took that break. The golf he was playing in 17 was worthy of winning an Open at that time, right? The golf he's playing now this year is probably not worthy of winning an Open and feels like a T, 2 days ago it felt like a T27. And then the other day I was amended to a T18. And now I feel like, well, shit, let's go get the jug. But like it doesn't, it feels like it's adding up to be a result that we've seen kind of throughout the year. But just to have the 4 weeks off, feel like it's producing or the practice is producing some good stuff and some confidence and kind of the circumstance. Like, yeah, let's go fucking be there on Saturday and Sunday
yeah,
and
I
see
mean,
what
I
happens,
think that
you know?
that's kind of what's so exciting, right? Is like you look at um Jordan said this moons ago. He was like, the problem with Spieth is he doesn't contend because unfortunately the next major he contends in, he probably won't win.
Yeah.
But that's because he hasn't been contending. Um, and I think that it's really hard to think about a scenario where he wins just because of the thing coming in, right? Like
Yeah.
it feels like one of those, it would just have to be almost fluke because you don't see someone come in 5 weeks off and win an open championship. You don't do it. Um, but the things that we've seen so far and the play that he had before he had that neck strain or whatever it was, um, suggests that it really could be deep contention regardless, even if he's not sharp enough to, even if he's not, he might be 3 shots less sharp than he needs to be to win, but that still goes a long way for the next major championship he plays and contends.
No, big time.
So honestly, when I decided to come to the Open on short notice 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, um, I made the decision and was like, if I'm going to do this, I have to be okay going even if Spieth doesn't play because I didn't really know what was going on then. And Jordan even said it crossed his mind. Um,
crossed my mind last week, and we didn't have a baby.
so I came, yeah. So I booked the trip being like, okay, Spieth may not play, but I really do think it will be fun, especially since my roommate's coming and I've just addicted him to golf and he didn't start watching golf till this year and now he wants to watch every golf tournament every weekend. So bringing him, I'm like, okay, it will be a good time. Worst case, we just see Europe for a week. Um, because it was super cheap to get over here, for whatever reason. I don't really know. But just it was extra cheap and we are like, let's just do it. And even going into today, I was like, you know, probably can't get your hopes up about this. He hasn't played in a while. Kind of playing with house money here. We're having a great time, but you never really know how he's gonna play. And well, now the tingles are tingling,
Yeah.
and that's
It's,
unfortunate for
well,
the mental health. But
yeah. Somebody in the chat earlier asked if Greller was on the prowl. I'm
oh, he was on the
curious.
prowl today.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was on the prowl today.
He was very much on the prowl. I feel like this is similar to, not too similar, but um Chambers Bay feels like a kind of openy course and for American soil. Um and so I think and the weather, Seattle can be or the Washington area can get some rain and some wind potentially. Obviously, very big contrast between Chambers Bay and Royal Portrush, but um, I don't know. This is better news than I expected out of the Spieth camp today.
Oh,
And now
absolutely.
I'm ready to dive headfirst into this. And who knows, maybe he earns a feature on Friday. That would be
Yeah.
I think he's featured
an
earlier too.
I think he's
an
featured
added
already.
on
Mentioning
Friday.
Chambers, we were talking earlier about how, you know, of all the examples of Spieth not being a barking dog, um, he was literally tossed like the best course at the best time to win a US Open, and he took advantage of it, pounced on it like a lion, and
The
that's kind of
ferocity.
chills. Um,
Yeah. It was a
so
decade ago.
yes, there's no recent examples of him barking loud, but unlike some of the other players of his caliber currently, deep down it's there because he's done it before. And I'm sure when he's feeling it, he's probably thinking there's still probably like a good ego complex to him.
Oh yeah.
Um, like he was the number
Especially
one player in the world. He was the
yeah.
next Tiger for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Like deep down, he probably knows he's good at golf, even if he comes off as unconfident and shows these unconfident at times. So if he's saying stuff like that and he's really playing well, um, I listened to someone say because we talk about how he says like, oh, I'm swinging it well, the results just aren't coming. I remember Fowler was talking in an interview. Not that Fowler is someone that you should really listen to when it comes to results. But he was talking about how after his round at the Truist, when he was like 6, 7 under, after missing a million cuts in a row, or maybe not missing cuts, but playing poorly for a million events in a row. And he was like, I've actually felt like I was playing really well for a few months now, but the margins are so thin that if you aren't like if you're swinging it well and you stick to it, eventually out of nowhere, you're going to play a ridiculous round because the things are going to sync up. Um, I really do
Yeah.
believe that over the last 3 months, those results have started to show, and I think that's given him a lot of confidence because I think he was playing good golf for what he thought in like April, and the results weren't showing, and it was really frustrating him. So I'm really excited. I think that at the very least, this is a really good sign for the rest of the year. So,
Might not be many events, but yeah.
yeah.
It seems it's funny to think about how we started this year worried about the wrist and kind of what this season might look like, especially in the early stages. And now to think that this is probably uh but I mean potentially it's a massive launching pad into this next 15-year stint of his career, right? Um, because if you look at the guys that win majors, they're relevant in majors before. Like that's just how it goes. Their name is, and maybe they finished T14, but they were on that front page. They were on that little score bug on the side for a couple holes Saturday, couple holes Sunday. Like they kind of pop up and then oh, they're really really in it. And to your points, like there's a good chance that if he does pop up in that category, like he's just not going to win because it's hard. It's hard to do. But popping up there now launches us into 26 with a lot of confidence, a lot of kind of forward momentum. But also you can't win if you're not popping up there. And you talked about that ego complex, like majors are where you can let that thing fly. Because Kepka said it whenever he said it. Like there's only X amount of guys that can win. And it might be true that Davis Riley could win, but I don't know, man. You still gotta have this like alpha kind of in you that I think there's levels to it, even at the highest level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and just because we're 8 years removed from this guy showing Kuchar that there's levels to it. I don't think it means that um he can't kind of dig deep and find some of those levels. And it's encouraging. I think too that the iron play was great because really the putter has been the letdown in the majors for a while. But you could putt your ass off, and if you can't hit a green around here, you're gonna be putting for par, and it's not gonna matter.
I
So
mean, I don't know what the stats are. I'm not the stat person on this podcast. Just about as far from as it gets, really. But you feel like he puts well over here, no matter how bad he's putting in the States. Um, and the speed control was unbelievable today. Unbelievable. I mean, he was not even caring about putts. And I don't know whether that's a good or bad thing because obviously he will look at putts from multiple angles tomorrow through Sunday. But he was literally just dropping balls and hitting to tees 40 feet away and putting them to a foot. And that's just, it's a really good sign. I think that the slower greens help him. I think that you can be more confident when you can take a longer backstroke. So I think from 10 feet, as opposed to on 14 stimp greens, you have to barely tap it. Whereas here, you can take a full swing, a normal 10-foot stroke. I think that helps him truly. I think he can
yeah,
putt.
that's a good
His
point.
stroke can be faster. His stroke can be more free flowing. Um, and bring it back to the fact that, a 15-foot stroke on a 14 stimp green is probably similar to an 8-foot stroke, 9-foot stroke here. And 15 feet, that range has been great this year. Um, so that might be a little bit too technical for it to translate. Maybe but that, in my opinion, it should make sense. So we'll see. I mean, today's round, with the way we know Spieth to be, could have easily been a one under round. He finds ways to throw shots away and miss putts all over the place, but I think it's good to know that I'd be shocked if he shot worse than one under on the front tomorrow without a big number. And that's where I feel good about it.
Seems like we just gotta maintain this flow a little bit.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
kind
it's
of
wet
get into it
concrete. So
and
we
play.
could show up tomorrow and have absolutely nothing and
No,
be like,
that's very true. The
he
swing could
could look to
disappear.
Danzy on the sidelines like Alcaraz in the final and be like, I don't have any answers, Mike. I don't have
Right.
any answers, Miguel. So who
Yeah.
knows? But I think that it really sucks he withdrew from Travelers because did we even do a recap?
Yeah.
We
You guys,
did.
you two
Yeah,
did.
we
I
did.
wasn't there.
Right. Okay.
I think it was us too. It's just been a while.
Um the thing that sucks about Travelers is, like I was going into that week thinking he could absolutely win that tournament. Like if he had, like we talked about Dan at the beginning of the season, like Spieth doesn't win if you can't feel it coming, right? And
Yeah.
you could feel it coming at the Travelers. Like he was playing really good golf going into that tournament, so it really stinks that he withdrew. Um, and I don't feel it coming this week just because of the layoff, but I really do think it's a big week because it should be contention theoretically. He played really well here besides the driver in 2019, and the driver is the best part of his game right now. Though it could shit the bed like Oakmont.
Yeah. Well, it disappeared at Oakmont for
Yeah,
two
it did
days. Yeah. So
disappear.
we'll
It
see. I think
disappeared.
part of it, and what I mentioned with the flow is just like not overthinking it. Like just go play. You're feeling it, feel it. Like don't, stop kind of worrying about the X, Y, and Z of the swing and just get the whatever the output is and just go play. And I think
Ellis
hopefully
brings up a good point as well.
can
This is
keep that
a
moving.
this is a big point. This is a big tournament for the Ryder Cup.
Yes.
Big tournament for the Ryder Cup.
No, it is. I
Um,
mean, a top five goes a
pretty
long
much
way.
secures him on the team, I'd argue.
Some would say it's one of the four biggest tournaments in golf.
Some would
Yeah.
say that. Some would say that.
Yes. Some would argue it's top two.
Other would argue it's one of the top five.
True.
I would take for both of you. Um, I've never really been worried about the rust, to be honest. at all. Like, I don't think it'll be the difference.
I don't think it'll be the difference, but like,
He's been working at home. Like, if it'd be one thing if the neck injury like took, a couple weeks, 3 weeks, but I think he took like 3, 4 days off and like got to work.
I feel like it's fair, but I also think that in golf, the parallels like are very evident and history repeats itself. I just don't like people just don't not play and then win a major.
Spieth didn't play between Travelers and the Open in 17. I know, way different player, way different
Well,
player.
very different player.
But yeah,
But I'd argue that's more like saying, okay, Scotty didn't play the Travelers and then didn't play
yeah, I'm not
anything else.
saying he's not gonna win. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of reasons he might not win. Like, it's just
I think
picking
it
up
probably
putts.
will account for 1 to 3 shots this week. And I think that absolutely could be the difference. But I think that's also fine. Like contention's a good thing, win or lose.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to be in contention here.
Yeah.
He needs major contention. It's been a long time since.
Wait.
I think the U.S. Open, I mean, as long as it was ago, and this is pretty optimistic view, but he said he got to 15 on Saturday when the unfortunate triple. Was it a triple? No, 3-putt double,
Yeah. 4-putt double.
4-putt double.
Which one?
4-putt
US
triple.
Open Oakmont.
Oh, that was a 4-putt triple. Yes,
Yes,
7.
the 4-putt triple. Right, I think he made some
He
comments
he
about
he,
that.
he hit it in the rough, chipped out to the first cut.
Yes.
I walked
yes.
to the next hole, thinking it was a double.
Yeah. I think he noted like that he was obviously trying to do too much, which you can't do at a US Open, but part of that reason is because he could feel that he was kind of sneaking his way back into the golf tournament a little bit. And like that matters. And that's a chunk of a building block, right, to the US Opening, another kind of moment to lean on here in year one of 15, and kind of this full reset and revival of Spieth. So, man, I'm excited now. I it's cool that you guys are there. Got to see some great stuff in person. Got to hear it. I'm feeling it quote. Like, I bring it. Like, I'm ready for game 45 tomorrow. Of course, I will be working loans, but I'll be there in spirit, I suppose.
The
So,
Friday tea time will be nice for you. I'll get to watch.
potentially, yes, it may just be an early bedtime. Got to get my 8 hours because
Right from
otherwise
the Excel sheets right to the sheets.
I was told there was a rumor Friday might be no work depending on how tomorrow
True,
goes.
that is true. That is true. I did mention that
Heard
if it is
rumors of the influenza making its way to Michigan.
full thrust, it will be a WD from work on Friday, and we'll go from there. But we'll see. We'll see. I have to kind of just figure out what it might be because at the same time, because he's early, I could just watch it, and then if he plays well, just be on the speed drug, um, and go from there. But uh, yeah. So any, I mean, I could talk Spieth all day, but I know it's 1 o'clock there now. So
Well, I think we
any
do need to do triple double, or else I'm just not going to put them in.
yeah, I was gonna do research, but I think I just know what my guys are gonna be.
I put my guys.
So
Okay. You want to give yours then?
Yeah, I'll give mine. They're already up
How
there.
much am I down?
Nearly 2 now. Nearly 2. How did that happen? You just haven't been gaining on me. What was the week before Deer? Detroit. All right, I gained.
How did I not put pot in there, man? I hit the outright. So scratch.
Uh,
Let it be known, Scratch Gamblers are on a historic run and have 5 units on Speed Top 40 this week.
Talk about a self plug. Yeah, my triple double, the leader here. I did my picks about an hour ago. I'm going three non-Americans, so I'm not going Spieth. Could bite me in the rear considering what I saw today, but I can't let one practice round do it to me. Um, so three Americans. I'm going Hatton.
Yeah,
Live
it's a good
guy, get him
pick.
one time, haven't used him yet, so might as well use him here. Didn't play great last week in Spain, but he seems to show up in these majors a little bit. Going Matt Fitz, who's starting to play some really good golf. Played well last week. He had some green boxes. And the last one was the last guy I think I picked of the three. I'm going Bob Mack, going Bob. Um, Links Matt didn't play great in Scotland last week. I don't think he's played well at the Open in a few years, but I think that
Come back.
changes this week. I think, yeah. I'd be shocked if one of those three dudes doesn't top 10 at least. I would think one of those dudes will have a good week.
Believe it or not, that actually changes my strategy.
Ooh, me being the reverse.
Because I love Bob Mack this week, but I do think it's like an unbettable number, so I didn't bet him. Like he's just not 25 to 1 to win this week. It's ridiculous. Um, so I was gonna take him for the triple double, but I need to gain
I'll say,
ground.
yeah, we're gonna switch the rules next year and just make like an order of how we pick.
It's very fair.
Yeah,
It's very fair.
just like every week.
But no rules this year, so I'll be taking full advantage.
Yeah, why not?
I'm going to start off with another Legion 13 member.
Ooh,
Yes. And it is not John Rahm,
we already used them, so yeah.
and it is not Tyrrell Hatton, and it's Tom McKibben.
Kipping.
Great
What?
driver of the golf ball. I'm very high on him this week.
You can't be
Um,
serious.
one of
Say that
the
again.
better golfers on Live this year. And I think that just no one knows him because no one watches Live. So I'm going to be going with Mr. McKibben this week. I think he'll play well. The only thing that scares me is his lack of major experience. But I
Oh
have to
my
take chances at this stage in
goodness.
the game. So we're going to go with him. Then we're going to go with my replacement for Mr. McIntyre. That's going to be, unfortunately, Jordan Spieth.
You already used them
Um,
twice. Too bad,
and
brother.
the only reason why I'm taking him is I truly don't think I don't think he wins, but I think he'll get me. I think there's a great chance he gets me a great chunk of
Hey,
cash in like
Bob,
the T10 to T25 range.
is my mic not working?
No, I hear you.
It's working now. You've already used Spieth twice.
Have I really?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Valero and
I thought I only used him once.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure
Why
you
have I used him twice?
Um,
All right, we're gonna have to get back to me on that.
I was gonna say I think and I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you used them at Valero
Oh
and
no,
you
it's red.
I could have
you
made a
used them
mistake, but I'm
at
pretty sure I used them twice.
yeah.
Valero and
That's so sad.
used him at the Nelson. You had a good I used him at the Nelson with you. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
good.
Used them
It
at
was
the
good
Nelson,
Nelson.
yeah. Use them in Texas. That's what I remembered.
Player was Gallagher.
Yeah.
That's really unfortunate.
Because now that I've heard what I've heard, that's how I'm gonna make up some ground this week. So you can slap Spieth in there for me.
Oh,
Speak is popular.
that sucks. Have you
Well, I can
shuffled?
let you think. I can drop my other hammers that I'm gonna be using this week if you'd
Yeah,
like.
go.
McIlroy, Fleetwood, Spieth are my three. I'm way back in the triple double, and I need a massive thrust. I've been saving Fleetwood for this moment, and maybe it's just McIlroy's time to get
Yes, my pick to
number
win.
6. So those are my three.
Oh God, I was gonna go Russ Henley too.
Running out of mates. Running out of mates.
I feel like I had the best strategy too. I feel like I didn't use any of my like the good players early on, and somehow the last few weeks I've just gotten on my high horse. Um, Let's see what Scratch cooked up.
When in doubt, scratch it out.
That will be clipped and posted on the Twitter.
Yeah, that should be in the bio.
Should be in the bio. God, like everyone I love this week. Can I take JT to miss cut as one of my plays?
No.
Hmm.
Probably dudes in there on that card that you haven't used.
Yeah, I
don't know
I
if you
think
wanna
which ones
use
I
that one.
like. Which ones were Schlaber's suggestions versus
Oh.
Elise's suggestions. Oh, I really think I've used Reed as well.
Yeah, you did. I'm pretty sure. He'd be further down.
No,
You haven't used Peary?
no, Pat Reed into my rotation.
Oh, I think you were gonna use him and you came up for some reason why you
Yeah, I took Rom at the Masters instead of
Yeah.
Reed. Pat Reed, Tom
Been playing well,
McKibben.
man. It is open.
And
It
then
is
have I used Fox
Ryder Cup
twice?
time.
This is just not a major lineup, unfortunately, though. Like it needs to be
No, you
bigger
used Fox.
names. Just
I
need,
saw him, you only used him once.
it needs to be bigger names than Fox. I can't take Hovland either, can I?
You used him twice already.
Hovland be a good pick this week too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ryan Fox. Unfortunately, I've taken three guys who I
used
don't
him
really.
last week. It didn't go well.
What?
I used him last week. It did not go well. Good 19K.
Yeah, it could be a long week for me, but this could be the nail in my coffin.
Do you like my dudes that much, or
No,
okay?
I
No,
don't
it shouldn't be.
actually.
It shouldn't be that.
This could be the revenge of Dan this week.
We'll see. I'm 2 wins back, so it's
But I also think like a win could come from one of our six because it's just very.
I'd be
It
shocked if
could
one
be
of
a
my three didn't play
it
well.
could be a very random week. I just wish I had some stalwarts in there.
Do you have a Rory use? I mean, Dan's using a Rory. He used Rory twice.
I would have used him sadly because I want him to shoot 95 tomorrow. But
I had a Rory use. I didn't use it.
you didn't.
No.
That's interesting.
I mean, I could use him in Memphis.
Memphis. Yeah.
Or
That's
Caves Valley. Yeah, I mean, Caves Valley is bomb and gouge and all those
Yeah.
different Caves Valley this year. So I don't know if that'll.
I was tempted to save one of them, Fleetwood Rory for Memphis or Caves, but at this point, like I gotta bring out the cannons and I gotta try and rein in you guys a little bit here so that I'm at least within striking distance come
Rain.
the playoffs. But man, what a fun week. I love the Open. It sucks that I don't get to watch any of the coverage really anymore.
Birkdale, Dan.
But
be
yeah,
over here.
well, yes, I will be there and I have won the lottery by then, so I won't work full time anymore.
I need to be that too.
No, it's I'm jealous that you guys are out there and enjoy it. I hope the weather's like not too bad on the days when it rains, and I hope the golf is quite good. So, it's gonna be a blast.
It's in one man's hands.
Unfortunately.
Those
Yeah,
calloused hands.
That is the sad truth. Do it for Sully. You know, he needs a new toy.
Do it for solid. I think that has to be yelled at him tomorrow. Do it for solid.
Yes. Yes.
Be chills. But Tom McKibben made me laugh. But we'll see. Maybe I'll be eating it
That's
later
like Bob's dude. Bob loves Tom
I
McKibben this
love
week.
Tom McKibben. The reason why too is because I watched I've probably only watched 12 holes like in my life of Tom McKibben. But it was when Mickelson was in contention in like Singapore.
He's been playing well.
McKibben was always like Mickelson would have been a great use to use, to be honest.
Agreed.
Mickelson will be a factor this week, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Be a factor on the Friday afternoon cut line watch probably, but
Well, we will be there, but When I was watching Phil, McKibben was playing, and I didn't see him miss a single shot. And I'm like, this kid's sick.
Yeah.
He's
So-
young. He's only 22.
Dave Faraday was like, this guy's gonna be a star to
Dude,
come.
he's 20.
And I'm like, well, that's what they say about everyone on live, but
Yeah. Said the
He's
same
that next
about young James
generation.
Pyatt.
there's Pyatt. Yes, yes, back on tour.
So
Probably doesn't even
um
have a data golf ranking. I've told you.
Nope.
Never good
You'll
when
be-
that's the case.
you'll be scrolling for Pyatt's ranking on Data Golf.
Just doesn't. Not good.
But
No.
yeah, I don't have any more thoughts. Um
Yeah.
So
I don't either, besides the fact that we've said every major that we'll go live Friday if it's worth it, and it hasn't been worth it yet. So
Yeah, so we're not going live.
yes, no live this week, unfortunately. Too busy in Europe.
yeah, the people want a goal for tomorrow. I think
Because
3 or
this was
4 is
nice. I was
probably
telling Bob at
fair.
the course earlier, I always love going off late on a Thursday, especially like here, because we'll know what a good score is by the time we're on that first tee. So I don't know.
I mean,
I
I
think
would
the back's
think
tough
probably
too.
3 to 4 under.
today I got no gauge as to how the course is going to play.
Yeah.
Like, I can see that course being so hard in certain conditions, but I also watched a player like Spieth tear it up. So, um,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'll say this: I was very confident, like at the U.S. Open, that the winning score would be between 1 over and 4 under. I wouldn't be shocked with 6 under. I would not be shocked with 18 under.
Yeah,
I have no clue. It's completely weather dependent.
in 19, the course didn't play under par any day that week. So I think you'd probably have to go with history and think it plays over par tomorrow. So 3 to 4 under would be
Yeah,
probably
no, that would like if you're asking, I don't really have a goal, but if you're asking me what score I'd sign for 3.
yeah, 3 was 2 back in 19 of
I'd sign for 3.
JB Holmes, who shot 87 that Sunday.
Good.
Yes. That was the Kepka Holmes
Hmm.
pairing. 87.
And then never resurfaced again.
Yeah, haven't heard from him since.
JB also doesn't have a data. He's played in one tournament this year. The ISCO Championship, where it was a miscut.
This week.
Oh, got smoked by Kisner.
Oh, yeah, it was a smoking, all right. It was a somewhere down. Oh, yeah, 6 over. 6 over.
At the ISCO.
Missed the cup by 5.
It's a tough track.
Close but no cigar.
Close.
Maybe
That's
next
his
year.
last major he played in.
Really?
Last major he played in, he was the FRL. That's nuts.
Really?
Yeah. He hasn't played a major since the
He
19.
did fall off the face of the earth, but you'd think he would have played.
I mean, the game
That's
just left him
wild.
after that 87, I guess.
I mean the 87 just
How many
just
tournaments has he played
disappeared.
since then?
I mean, he's been playing like every year. Not well, but
Okay.
That's crazy.
yeah, that's the last Open he's played. His last major round might be an 87. That's tough.
That's tough scene. You'd have to think he'd want to qualify for another major just to like.
No. He's
Just
a two-time Ryder Cupper.
Oh yeah, he's a stalwart.
Yeah, 5-time PG. He's had a good career. Good career.
And then you
Nice
got-
chunk of cash for JB.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But,
but I do remember Sunday here in 19 playing extremely difficult. I think the wind picked up on the back for some of the leaders.
yeah.
Well, remember that Saturday I played ridiculous in the morning and in the afternoon like lightened up and
True.
Lowry shot
Yeah,
like
it was
what
really tough,
60
and then
or
Lowry
63.
course record. There was huge separation on the board. I think that's what I guess last year's board didn't have a ton of it, because Xander kind of emerged from a big group of guys. But well done, Bob. But that I hope there's a little more separation this week. I think that's my favorite when it's kind of 6 guys. Come Sunday at 11:30, where it's kind of like, all right, here's your 6 guys. They've got 12 holes to kind of duke it out. So hopefully we get that. Hopefully Spieth is one of them. I don't have any more thoughts, but ready to rumble tomorrow. Game 1.
Yes, sir. All said.
I'm looking forward to it. Course is unreal, and I really hope that TV does it justice because it is.
Yeah.
I think it's a top 2 course on the Rota. So to get out here is pretty sick.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
This is game 45
From the USA.
from the USA. Jordan Spieth.
It'll be a It'll be a
It'll be a-
hellacious roar.
Yes.
That'll be a roar. Can it be a roar?
It was a pretty chilling moan when I'm pretty sure he hit the flag stick on 16 because it was bouncing right and then there was a huge groan and ended up left of the pin. So pretty chills.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But every time like people were like, who's coming up? And I'm like, Spieth. Everyone got excited. So
They love him. He loves them.
Yep.
We love Jug. Bring home
We love
Jug.
yes.
So, all right. Well, until then, till tomorrow. You guys rest up. It's gonna be another long day.
JWCJ.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
Just win
sir.
claret jug.
The jug.
Until then,
Should be
hopefully
good.
we do some live stuff. Probably not though. But peace.
Nope.
Peace.